Give a man a fish and he can eat for a day, but if you give a man a blow-up doll, he'll probably do a lot of weird stuff to it. Overnight Ethereum blasted, you guessed it, once again to new all-time highs at exactly $2,800. And achieving a new 3-year high on the ETH BTC pair, very much above 5%. Don't get your milkers in a twist just yet. Bitcoin continuing to look a little bit dumpy as it has printed a very dubious bearish cross that we've been tracking here. And as history does not always repeat, this will likely be the first red monthly April candle for Bitcoin in the last 6 years. So what exactly does this spell for May 2021? You might want to lock your doors for this one. I'm your host, Peter Prolapse, and after you hear what we have for you today, your organs are going to be leaking out of your body. Absolutely insane, guys. As we've been saying for weeks and weeks and weeks, and as everybody that I trust has also been saying, altcoins are just looking so strong. And specifically, Bitcoin is in an area we're going to be talking about. Bitcoin is in a very clear pattern, I think. And it's different than what altcoins are doing. And guys, we've seen this over and over and over again. It happens every few months, or at least, a couple times per cycle. And last year was a perfect example of this. And again, that is one of the massive reasons that I'm so bullish on altcoins. I absolutely love Bitcoin, okay? But Bitcoin, I think, is taking a much needed pit stop. And this is the healthiest thing for Bitcoin right now. So if you want Bitcoin to succeed, you want Bitcoin to do good, and you want to make a 6-digit Bitcoin not only a dream, but a reality, then this is the best thing, I think, that could be happening. And guys, history does not always repeat, and that is what makes this space so exciting, and this cycle specifically, because this is by far, I think, the craziest cycle. And even if we have to narrow it down, even if we would narrow it down to one reason why this cycle is crazier than any other cycle, fundamental adoption, okay? Real adoption. 2017, real use, real adoption was but a dream. 2021, it is here, it is clear, and it fills no coiners full of fear. Absolutely, so there's no channel back. Should I hit that like, subscribe, absolutely time-sensitive updates. And as well, guys, we only have 21 hours left. Wow, until the 5e competition absolutely insane, guys. So much going on as well. Maybe after this upload is done, I'll add a final way to enter just to get an extra bonus point or two. Guys, I did look at the entries for the first time in like a week or two, and I did the math, and it's absolutely pretty crazy. So we'll get into the math tomorrow as we break it down, and we do. Without any further ado, let's jump on you. Wow, so guys, this is absolutely beautiful. As you can see here, these are Bitcoin monthly returns going all the way back to 2013. So for the past eight years, the past 8 big ones. And as you can see here, one of the most green-oriented months was April. And you can see April of 2016, 17, 18, 19, and 20 were all pretty massively gainer months. We're not talking about like a nice 7%, a nice 15, 8% gains. Look at this. We got 4 months in a row of 30% gains for Bitcoin in the month of April, the last 4 years. Now, it looks like this month, again, it depends on where Bitcoin closes because this month is not over yet. It's very, very close, though. Depending on where this month closes, this will be the first red month since 2015. Again, pretty crazy. I think May is going to be very explosive for Bitcoin. Maybe towards the end of May, I think, is when it's really going to start picking up for Bitcoin. But I think May is going to be absolutely insane for altcoins, which are not pictured here on this chart. Okay, but I mean, just looking at this really briefly, January and March are historically not really great months for Bitcoin. April, May, and June have obviously a more bullish bias. But then as we kind of get in towards these middle months, July and August and September, those are kind of more reddish months as well. But then Q3 for Bitcoin has been historically pretty good. Keep in mind, like this right here was a bear market. 2018 and 2019 was just very bearish in general. But pretty much if you take away 2018 and 2019, these are pretty insanely bullish months for Bitcoin specifically. Whoa, and as we've been talking about with Bitcoin, guys, what I think, this is just, I think I'm going to go over what I think would be the very best case scenario for Bitcoin. Then we're going to be taking a look at some other things here because there's a lot going on here. Actually, a lot going on. We're having a bearish cross with 21 going below the 50 DMA. daily moving averages. A lot of people ask if you're using the EMAs, the exponential moving averages, then that'll give you different information. But the last time we had this cross, Bitcoin, it found stability at the 100-day moving average. That's ultimately where it just kept finding support. So that's good. So guys, with Bitcoin completing like an almost 30% dump from its recent all-time highs, what I think is the best here, let's actually even just take this tool. You know, if we just take this tool and kind of overlap with the last time we had this bearish cross, this is kind of what it looks like. And this is the first time I'm actually just drawing this and taking it over. But realistically, this actually looks, I think, what would be like the best for Bitcoin. So we had this big drop. We have this cross happening here. And, you know, Bitcoin trading within, you know, trying to get above these levels while also, you know, holding the 100 and kind of coming into like almost a symmetrical triangle type pattern here. And, you know, pretty much, I think, again, best case scenario, Bitcoin start blasting off the last week or two of May. So again, that's, you know, about a month away, a little less than a month away before I think that would happen. But I think that would be Bitcoin's best scenario. And that's exactly what I think makes the most sense on this chart. Give Bitcoin the strength to get above this next massive level. Because remember, guys, this is the next massive level on this macro chart, I believe. I mean, according to what I'm seeing here, it's going to be a 6-digit Bitcoin above $110,000, $115,000 per Bitcoin. So for Bitcoin to really blast up to those levels and have the momentum to do that, the longer this builds here, the better. So again, I don't know why you would not like this scenario, because this is just basically forming Bitcoin's most powerful possible move by doing what it's doing right now. And again, you have to have some patience. And guys, that's one thing as well. I see comments on like the cryptocurrency Reddit and stuff from new people, and you see a lot of comments from new people because I think that's like the first place people really look. And they'll say things like, you know, I bought in this cryptocurrency or that cryptocurrency 3 weeks ago, and I'm down, you know, whatever percent. You know, I thought this was going to be easy and all this. And, you know, they'll say all this and that. This is absolutely not the mindset you want to have. Realistically, in this market, I'll say from my experience and everybody that I know that's been successful in this market, there is always a huge amount of pain that comes with the gains. When there's pumps, there's dumps. When there's dumps, there's pumps. And if you think you're going to get into this market and make money and not feel any pain at all, then that's just literally the most unrealistic thing that you could have, the most unrealistic expectation you could ever have for this market. If you want to make money in this market, you're going to lose money. You're going to feel pain, okay? It's just part of the cycle. With so much volatility, volatility means, you know, it might go up a lot, but guys, it'll also go down a lot. With that being said, this is part of the, you know, short-term pain of this cycle as well. And there's going to be most likely way more pain, you know, maybe even over the next year, but there's going to be a lot more gains first, I believe. So again, if you got into Bitcoin the last couple of months of 2017, then pretty much your entire experience of crypto up until the year 2020 was only pain. You know, say you bought in December 2017 and you stayed into crypto since then, December of 2017, January of 2018 to January of 2020, give or take, you know, a couple of months that were good, it was basically all pain. You know, if you were invested in Bitcoin or anything, you were basically down if you bought the highs of 2017 or even like the ALTCOIN highs of 2018, January 2018. So I'm not really going to say any more about that, but pretty much if you're new to the markets and you're not expecting to feel massive amounts of pain over and over and over again, along with massive amounts of gains, you know, mingling together with all that, just accept it. You know, both are going to happen. You're going to lose money. You're going to make money. That's part of the market. If you don't expect that, then you better start expecting it, because that's what's going to happen. And as well, actually, Bitcoin right now is trying to hold support on this 6-hour chart. We talked about this last night in last night's update, and we got rejected here at the 50 moving average on the 6-hour. Now we're at the 21 on the 6-hour. So this is going to be big. Go to the 4-hour. Yeah, we're below this. 21, we're going to the 50 on the 4-hour, and on the 1-hour we're below both. So again, short-term bearish momentum for Bitcoin. Makes sense. Still going down. As I've been saying for weeks, and I think a lot of people that are maybe Bitcoin maximalists are only really interested in Bitcoin, getting a little frustrated, but guys, it's been accurate so far. Bitcoin has not continued new all-time highs. It got rejected at 57.5. So there's no reason to expect Bitcoin's going to start mooning here and breaking new all-time highs above 65,000. I think personally, if I would have to, as of right now, this is what I think is the most likely scenario. But again, it's not really awful. It's just boring. You know, not a lot of pumpiness, not a lot of mega dumpiness, I think. And again, with Bitcoin, if it can keep trading sideways, that's amazing for altcoins. And it always has been, you know, during these type of market environments. And as well, Ethereum, though, this is a critical level because, like I talked about in last night's video when I mentioned this, this channel, Ethereum has been in the entire year of 2021. So we're about to enter the 5th month of trading within this channel, where like 95% of the trading was within this channel. There were small amounts where we were above and below it. But other than that, it was remained exactly in this channel. And now my fear, or my short-term, I guess, consideration here is, are we going to get a move down here to at least come down to this 21 DMA around 2,400 again? Or are we going to blast up to 3,000? Either way, I think at some point ETH is going to be due for a retracement. But guys, I mean, a month ago, everyone was super bearish on ETH, and now everyone's super, super bullish on ETH. This happens time and time again. So, when everyone was super bearish on ETH, was I selling ETH a month ago? No. I was, like I said, I made that video about I was transferring some Cardano and other stuff into ETH. And so far, that's been exactly, it's paid off very well. People were angry about that. But, look what happened. Ethereum started going up, and a lot of these other altcoins kind of stagnated. So now we're kind of getting to that territory where is ETH going to actually have that final blast to 3K, which I'm kind of thinking it might here, actually. Really hard to tell exactly with that, but the fact that we're kind of just right now at a pretty important, ascending parallel type channel structure here. It's hard to tell exactly for ETH, but overall, there's more to the market than just Bitcoin and ETH. And again, I think altcoins are in for absolutely crazy gainage. And guys, as well, on the Bitcoin pair, look at ETH now. It's above 5%, actually about 0.051 here on the ETH Bitcoin pair, the highest it's been since back in August of 2018. So that's actually very big. And when it was at that level in 2018, it was crashing below that. Remember, it got all the way up to, let's see how high it got on this pair, on Binance at least, up to like 15%. And I think ETH has a really good shot to break at least 10% of a Bitcoin this cycle. 15% I think is pretty realistic. I'm just trying to be more conservative and say, at least 10%, but I could see easily 10%, 15%. And as well, on the altcoin market cap, we're kind of just slowly inching up here, guys. All-time high was roughly about, for the entire altcoin market cap, was roughly about like 1.12 trillion, and currently we're a little above 1.01 trillion here. Again, it's just trying to, after a few days of just getting rejected below the 21-day, going to the 50-day, it's getting that strength back again. And if we see the Bitcoin dominance chart, another new low for the Bitcoin dominance chart here, very big, down past 50% here on this trading view BTC dominance chart. Very big, guys. I think this is going to be at least below 35% at some point during the cycle, meaning alts are going to have, even if it's very temporary, alts are going to have a massive blast, I believe. And the DXY kind of just doing what it does here. It's going to be very interesting as we go into price action on the weekend. It always is on the weekends, but the DXY is getting that same bearish cross that Bitcoin is getting. Will the DXY be able to kind of trade sideways like I personally think Bitcoin is going to be able to do? Sideways within that range of about 48 or 47,000 to 57,000, so like a $10,000 range. So, that's rather boring nowadays. A $10,000 price swing is kind of boring for Bitcoin if it lasts for a few weeks because Bitcoin is so valuable now. But I don't think the DXY will have the same luck here. I don't think the DXY will be able to just trade sideways as it's getting a bearish cross because fundamentally the DXY is not as bullish as Bitcoin. Okay, so it comes down to a mix of those fundamentals and technicals. Alright, so if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn on notification time-sensitive updates. And without any further ado, guys, we have 21 hours left for this April ETH competition. Absolutely very big, so make sure to get that in. If you're interested in trading, anything like that, I want to tell you actually really briefly how I've been using trading small portions. Guys, I always say never use like more than 5-10% of your portfolio max to trade. I'm actually now shifting more to like even less than that. I'm trading like less than 1% of my portfolio. Just so, again, and I think I'm starting to think that that's like the best strategy for trading is using almost something that, it almost doesn't phase you at all if you completely lose it. And if you can make a couple $1,000 in a daily trade or, like a weekly trade, then that's amazing, right? Some of these trades I've been making are not life-changing trades at all, but they've been in the green because they're safe trades. I'm putting in such low amounts of money. I'm not using high leverage. In fact, though, because I'm using such small position sizes, I am putting it on like 20x leverage. Which again, you can use it a lot higher, but I just think it makes no sense to even use above 20x ever. But again, it is kind of just a rewarding feeling to, every couple of days or so, or every time there's like a nice macro setup, just for me, at least putting in a very, very teensy small position size. Again, I'm talking about less than 1% of my portfolio. We're getting into like fractions here, but like really small percents, and then just having really nice gains, a couple 100%, which turns into like $1,000-$2,000 for a trade like that. It's not something I have to do. It's not something that's going to change my life trading those amounts, But, you know, I'm active in the market every day, and it's a learning process as well. I feel like trading in general is always a learning thing. Actually, literally everything in life you can keep learning. You should never stop learning anything. And obviously trading is probably just a good example of that. But yeah, but if you're interested in a hardware wallet or trading bonuses or anything like that, make sure to check out the links below. Without any further ado, that's it for me. Bye-bye.